Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great athletes that are doing things the right way. LeBron is one of them. He's someone that I can talk to and get advice from. But there's others. I mean, there's a ton of people that are using their voice to make a difference in this world, and I try to take from them and then kind of use my own voice and my own way to make an impact in my
community. Let's go next to Federico with Radio 13 in Mexico City. Go ahead, Federico. Got us?
Oh, thanks. Sorry. Hello, Pat. Good morning. Congratulations for being here. There's Super Bowl 25. Reading from Mexico City. You know, the defense from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers has improved from week 12. What are the things you think you have to do in order to damage them? And what are the keys do you think you want to do in order to win the next Sunday?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is going to be me just getting the ball out of my hands, getting it to the playmakers that I have around me. They have a really good defense, really good defensive line, linebackers, DBs, kind of the whole deal. And so for me, just trying to make positive plays and not making negative ones, and relying on the guys around me to make plays whenever the critical times rise.
We'll go next to Omar Ruiz. Go ahead, Omar.
Hey, Patrick. Good morning.
Good morning.
Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill have been great players for a long time now, but as the tandem, they're kind of doing some historical things. I'm just curious what you've seen from them, how they feed off of each other in reaching this greatness that they have.
Yeah, I think what makes each of them great really complements the other well. The fact that Tyreek can beat man coverage, catch over the top, be able to make big plays happen, opens up the middle of the field for Travis. And so to be able to have guys that complement each other so well and individually are such great talents, I think it what makes them such a dynamic duo and a group of guys that I'm glad that are on my team.
We'll go next to Therese Paler. Go ahead, Therese.
Hey, Patrick. Good morning. Hey, I just want to ask you about Eric Bieniemy. I know that you've been pretty complimentary of So 2 questions. First, could you tell us a little bit about how he's helped you really pick up protections? Because you've proven to be a man who, in general, can't be blitzed unless you make him pay if you do. And then, secondly, I think I know the answer to this, but I'd like to hear your thoughts. How has he been working in the aftermath of this disappointment of the last hiring cycle? I'm sure you can't tell a difference, but just what's he been like in the room with you guys?
Yeah, first, I mean, protections-wise, I mean, he's the best of that as they come. I mean, the fact that he gives me every single tool that is needed so that I know exactly what to do, even if I get an unscouted look, unscouted blitz, helps me go out there and be comfortable in the pocket and be able to get us to the right play and the right read. That comes straight from him and his film study and his studying of the opponent's defense. And then, honestly, I mean, there's been no difference. I think the big thing with him and what feeds into this team, especially during a year like this year, is he always preaches control what you can control, and that's your attitude, your work ethic every single day. And that's how he's been. I mean, obviously, he's disappointed he didn't get the opportunity to become a head coach after this season. But he knows that all he can do is make himself and this team better every single day. He comes to that mindset every single day, and it helps us be the best team that we can possibly be.
Okay, we'll go next to Soren Petro. Go ahead, Soren.
Patrick, one of the things that's been said down in Tampa, a lot of the old Bucks from their last Super Bowl run was, they point back to an NFC Championship game where they took the Rams team, the greatest show on turf, and held them down score-wise. They lost that game, but the next year they came back to win the Super Bowl. And they talked about what we did was we hit them in the mouth. We knocked them around, and that's what this Bucks team has to do. That sounds easy, but when that's the mindset, what is it you guys do to try to neutralize that? They know, if you know that the idea is, hey, we got to come rough up the receivers, we got to jam them. What is it you guys do to counterbalance that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was more of our team. Maybe we might not have been able to handle that with our team maybe in 2018, but we've been through those adversity and we've been through those battles. And you watch our team, it's not just a fast flying show. We have a lot of physical guys on the team as well. And so we're ready for every single type of game that can be. If it's a physical game, we're ready for that. If it's a fast-paced game, we're ready for that. So we'll be ready to go. The guys are ready to play.
Let's go next to Mark Topkin. Go ahead, Mark.
I can't hear you.
Got it now?
Yeah, there it is.
Now? Okay. Travis Kelce, you've been with him a little bit socially. What is, we hear about Gronk and that lifestyle. What is Travis like, personality-wise, lifestyle-wise? Is he kind of in that same mold, or how would you describe it?
Yeah, I haven't had the opportunity to hang out with Gronk that much, but as far as Travis, I mean, he's just kind of he's just the life of the party. But at the same time, I mean, it amazes me how he's able to interact with every single person, every kid, every fan, and have the same energy every single day. I mean, I can say he might have a bad practice, but you can go watch him interact with the fans after practice. I know he's really mad at himself for not practicing the right way, but he makes every single person feel like they're the most important person in the world. And that's truly something that I admire. I mean, for me, I try to present that to others. But the fact that he has that natural gift to really embrace everybody and really show love for everybody is truly a special component about him.
We'll go next to Jonathan Scott. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Good morning, Patrick, and happy Black History Month. Is there a certain way or feeling that you get about this Black History Month 2021 compared to last year?
I mean, yeah, in a sense. I mean, it's obviously very important every single year. But obviously, with the things that we went through this my last off season, you really really understood the importance of really learning our history and learning how far that we've come and how far we still have left to go. And so it's definitely a month that hopefully a lot of people can really learn history, learn more about where we were at and where we're trying to get to.
Thank you.
We'll go next to Arnie Stapleton. Go ahead, Arnie.
Hey, Patrick, you've accomplished so much in your young life so far, and a lot of people, kind of say you're the successor to Tom Brady as far as dominating this NFL. I'm wondering, does it ever cross your mind, that by winning your second trophy, you could keep Brady from his seventh and kind of keep him within your sights as you look at your career?
I think that's more of a long-term thing than kind of the short-term thing you have to kind of focus on. For me, I'm trying to find a way to repeat, find a way to win a second championship, and find a way to do whatever I can to win with this team. You don't get these opportunities every single year in the NFL to be in the Super Bowl and to be in these games. And so you don't want to look back and have regrets about how you played and how you went about the week of preparing to go out there and play your best football. And then once the end of your career is done, then you can look at those things and see kind of where those moments were in your career where you could have had something or that you executed. You did go out there and achieve your dreams.
We'll go next to Doug Farrar. Go ahead, Doug.
Hey, Patrick, thanks for doing this. You guys have become so evolved in your short passing game, creating explosive plays through RPOs and screens and all that. When you came to Kansas City and you and Andy and Eric and you all got together, how did that develop? And especially, it seems like in the second half of this season, you really, Tyreek, obviously. Just kind of go into the short passing game and how you create explosive plays out of that, and it's not just a bunch of deep passes.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the RPOs and those things go, they were already doing the offense was already doing that when I got here with Alex, and I really got to learn not just about why we can throw the ball, we can run the ball, but why we're doing that. I mean, who we're reading, what kind of coverages affect what RPOs we can run. And then we added to that. We found different ways to execute against every single defense that we face. And then throughout the beginning of this year, we faced so many deep coverages where teams were taking away all of our deep throws. I had to learn when to just take what's underneath. And that's something where I've kind of grown and matured. Is we'll call deep plays still all the time, but if defenses are going to play that deep, even though I want to in my heart of hearts throwing it downfield and making those big plays, I'll take the underneath stuff and find ways to move the ball down the field that way.
We'll go next to Aaron Ladd. Go ahead, Aaron.
Patrick, good morning. I'm curious how the toe is feeling. I know it was black and blue after the Cleveland game. How are you feeling with the data ahead of this?
Yeah, I mean, it feels a lot better. I mean, having these 2 weeks to let it rest and heal up, especially being almost 3 weeks away from over 3 weeks away from the injury itself. And if you look at those type of injuries, that kind of gives you the normal timeline. So definitely every single day that I get to rest it makes it even better. But it's pretty close to 100%, I'm sure, by game day for me.
And you guys saw 390 completions on the year. How many Zoom calls do you think you had this year, too?
The more than I'll probably ever have in my lifetime after this. I mean, it seems like I'm on a Zoom or a WebEx or whatever type of call every single day. If not with y'all, with us in our virtual meetings.
Appreciate it.
Okay, we'll go next to Harold Coons. Go ahead, Harold.
Hey, Patrick, good morning. Andy Reid just mentioned something about you when he was asked about what the impact you can have on the world. He says he said about you that you understand people and they're interested in the things that you have to say and believe in, and that's good for you. That's all you have. Just curious what your thoughts are on what Andy Reid said about you, and then how you use your platform to try to impact the world.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you're given a platform like I've been given, you want to try to use it and make the world a better place. I truly mean that when I say that. I have a good understanding of people from all different backgrounds, growing up in locker rooms, growing up around all different types of people, and I know I have a pretty good job of trying to bring people together, pretty good understanding, and so I'm going to try to do that. And as I continue to learn about different people and different things in life, I'll try to use my voice to continue to try to bring people together and make the world a better place.
Okay, and we'll go last to James Palmer. Go ahead, James.
Patrick, so much of what you do is on the move and running. I'm curious, over the last couple of years, what have you seen from defenses that give you a distinct advantage when you're throwing on the run and you're outside the box?
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily what I see from defenses. I think it's the amount of work that our guys continue to do when I'm on the move. For any defense, any defender, the fact that when I'm scrambling, it gives those guys more time to work and more time to get open. It's going to be hard on them. They try to cover as long as possible, but if I can give guys like Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill and McCole Hardman, Sammy Watkins, all these guys more time to get open, they usually can do it. And then at that point, I try to get them the ball, and usually it's not even that long of a throw, but if you get those guys in space, they make a lot of yards happen after it.
Thank you for your time, Patrick.
Thank you.
I know what it is.
Oh, man, that's right. Gotcha.
All right, we're ready to begin here. Thank you for the media for joining us for today's Super Bowl 55 media availability with Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Sammy Watkins. A reminder to media that if you wish to ask a question, please use the raise hand function and your microphone will be momentarily unmuted. And a reminder to please have your first, last name, and affiliation displayed in your display name. The first question will come from Adam Tyker with ESPN.
Hey, Sammy, I was just wondering whether you could give us a sense of how you're feeling, whether you feel like you're going to be ready to go by Sunday, and how close to full strength you might be if you do play.
Feeling great, but I'm still working out with the training staff for Reid, and just going over everything so I can have a chance and possibly, go out there and feel 100% or 95 or 85, wherever I get at by Sunday. But feeling pretty good, very optimistic. Been having good practices, so hopefully I can go out there and have fun and play.
Question will come from Sam McDowell with the Kansas City Star.
Hey, what's up, Sammy?
You
talked a lot in the offseason about the fact that your goal the rest of your career was going to be to chase Super Bowls rather than money. I'm just wondering, at what point did you get to that mindset in your career, and why? What do you think drove you to that?
It's hard to keep coming back year after year, and not saying getting stats is easy or it's too hard, but ultimately, I think the person that I am, I love to win, and I love to. The game why we play this game is to win Super Bowls. It's not for the stats. It's not for fame. It's not for myself to go out there and care about stats, catches balls. I think it messes up the person that I am when I focus on that. I think I'm a driven person as far as teammates, and I put my teammates first, and I want to win. And I think early in my career, I wasn't like that. I was that guy that I wanted the ball, even if it was losing. I wanted the ball every time, and I'm not saying I'm not like that, but I know how to control that. I'm older now and understand the team goals and what we're trying to do, and what type of team I'm on. And so far, as I said, 3 years I've been here, we have the opportunity to play in Super Bowls, and I think that's what it's about.
Next, we'll go to Vic Carucci with Buffalo News.
Hi, Sammy. Along those lines, how less fortunate do you feel when you look at where your career, how it began and where you began, and find yourself playing in a second Super Bowl in a row? And besides the maturity that you're talking about, I think that's the right word. Your game, how it's developed through time, if you could walk me through.
Just gotten better. In every area of my game, running routes, blocking, just knowing what the game is about, and that's about going out there playing for your teammates, going out there pushing and doing whatever the job is to get the win. I think that has helped my mentality on and off the field. Just being that type of guy that is not thinking about himself and not being selfish. And man, just being on one of the best teams in the world, I think that's the biggest part of it. You learn so many different things because you're around so many stars, and you get to see how people are, and you get to judge yourself and kind of, you know what I mean, help yourself as far as put things in perspective. I could have been on any other team and, getting 1,000 yards and losing. And the perspective here is I'm on a great team and I'm winning. And, when you look back at it, or I look back at it, and, if I take a job, ESPN, whatever it is, I can say that I have 2 or 3 rings and I have that to back it up. And I ain't got it. And I might don't have the stats and the 10,000 yards in the Hall of Fame, but I can say, man, I have 2 rings, do I have 3 rings, do I have 4 rings? I think that puts everything in perspective. When you talk about being on the championship team.
Next, we'll go to Nancy Armour with USA Today Sports.
Morning, Sammy. Travis said after the AFC title game that playing with the Chiefs has helped him grow both as a person and as a player. And since you've been with him the last couple of years, I'm just wondering what changes you've seen in him and how you've seen him progress both personally and professionally.
I think Travis is a great dude all around, energy guy. And I've been in 3 years with him. I wasn't with him early in his career, so I can't really judge how he was then. But I can say when I got here, he's been welcoming. He's been a great dude. He helped me on the field, and just a great, leader. I think that's what you need on a team like this. And haven't seen any unselfish acts or anything. He's number 1 in all these statistics and touchdowns and receiving yards, and I think he just won an award. But you don't see the work that he put in on the field. You don't see the other side of a type of dude he is. He's a good dude. You know what I mean? You got a lot of great guys a lot of good guys is not like that. And I can say that he's definitely, as advertised he is, he would be the professional, but he'd also bring that energy. He's still a kid. And we go out and have fun together.
We'll go to Mark Topkin with the Tampa Bay Times.
Hey, Sammy, what does it mean to be playing Super Bowl in Tampa, close to home, obviously? How much family will be able to be here, and how special will be being back in Tampa?
Definitely something special. I think it's the second one that's in my hometown. Not in my hometown, but in the state of Florida. Won it last year, and hopefully we can get the job done again. And just something special. My family can come down and watch the game, hopefully. And just to be in the state of Florida in general, and that atmosphere is definitely gonna help me as far as playing football in Florida in high school. My body should, whatever is going on my body now, should be going my head forward. So I can go out there and have fun and play around.
Be Drawn May from WJPZ FM.
Hey, Sammy. I want to take you back a little bit. So during your final year at Clemson, you played at Syracuse. You put up 126 yards and a touchdown in that game. So what kind of memories do you have from that game specifically, and where does the Carrier Dome rank among the stadiums you played in terms of loudness and just like overall coolness?
That was the first time I played in the dome, so it was actually pretty cool. I would rate it probably 5 or 6 because it's no one else I feel like have a dome or inside facility. But the most memorable plays, I think I caught a 92-yard touchdown. Probably one of the biggest plays of my career. Ties just pulled out, and then I kind of sped up and ran it down and caught it and scored a 4th touchdown. And I would say that's probably the most memorable thing.
Next, we'll go to James Palmer with NFL Network.
Sammy, so much of what Pat does is when he's on the run, you know that. What type of advantages do you guys get when he's on the move within your offense?
Something special. Anytime you get outside the pocket, you just know it's going to be a big play. Whether it's coming from Trav, myself, Reid, D-Rob, McCole, Daryl, just about anybody, Pringle, you just know he's going to launch the ball and give us a chance. And I think that's the unique ability that he has that a lot of quarterbacks doesn't have. he's going to save us some time to get open, whether we're going deep, whether we're coming up, whether we're scrambling mode, no matter what. I think we always have a shot or opportunity to get that ball, and I think that separates this team's offense from a lot of other guys that can't score, can't ad lib and make plays with their legs. And I think he's been doing a great job this year with prolonging plays and throwing it downfield and giving us a chance.
Next, we'll go to Eric Lunston with ESPN.
Hey, Sammy. Patrick just spoke about his advancements in taking shorter gains and not just unloading the ball down the field every time. What have you seen from his development the last few seasons?
Something special. If you have watched this season, he makes it look so easy. You look at the offense, he's just calm, he's relaxed, he's a little bit more, serene. He's just kind of like out of his mind, just picking and shooting where he want to throw the ball. You never see him get rattled. You don't see the eyes going like this. You just see a calm guy that's kind of like controlling the game. And I think that's what has taken this offense to a whole different level. Guys line up and think, oh, Coach Reid and the offensive guys just want to go deep, and they have all these gadget guys and all this craziness. But we have a group of guys that play the game the right way, whether we're going deep, whether we're running the ball, whether we're going short, whether we taking 16 plays, 18 plays to score, whether we're taking 3 or 4 plays. So I think we have an offense that understands now if we just do the little things right, we can't be stopped. And I think, this whole season without me, they've been doing the right thing. And, if you look at Pat's games, he's just been taking what the defense gives him, dunking it down, or you want to come up, let's go deep. And I honestly love it because you don't have to scrum as much. I don't have to be like, hey, don't scrum and get hit so much. And he's been doing a great job.
Next will be Ben Spiegel with the New York Times.
Sammy, beyond all the speed that you guys have, what is it about the offense and how Andy and Eric kind of like things that sort of enables you guys to get so many yards after the catch?
I think we start from the week. They hard on catching that ball, getting upfield, all that, and juking and stuff is fun, it's cute. But jet upfield, get as many yards as you can, play smart, get down when you need to. But I think that starts with also timing, getting the ball out your hands, packing the ball out his hands, creating space for us to, get up, and make those moves. And just great coaching. I think from this early season, that's what we harped on. We watched this season, we have so many guys. I think Travis probably number one guy in the league that he's catching the ball and he's splitting guys or he's running for an extra 30, 40 yards. I think that's what we focus on because we didn't have all those deep shots this year. We don't have Tyreek going over top every single game 3 or 4 times. We have guys that letting us play underneath, and I think we've been doing a great job with catching that ball and running upfield and making extra yards and plays. And I think that's the testament to the next step that this team has taken. Whatever defense gives us, optimize it and go out there and play our best and get the yards that we get.
Next, we'll go to Alvin Whitney with CNN Sports.
Hey, Sammy, thank you for your time, man. You know how tough it is just to win one Super Bowl, even though you guys make it easy. Winning look easy. Talk about what the experience of going back to back. Describe what they feel.
The dream come true. Like I said, no one ever did it. And to do it again and hopefully again, that's something that no one in the world can take from the Kansas City Chiefs and the players of the organization. I think have a season like last year and to come back and have a better record and be in this same situation is something that a team can't even think about if we got did it again. I think we just, go out Sunday and have fun and don't think about anything and do what we did last year and play for each other, play fast, play great, play with passion. Hopefully we can bring that trophy back here. And I think that's, like I said, it's a dream come true. I don't think too many teams have the opportunity to do what we have been doing. Something special.
We'll go to Hal Habib with Palm Beach Post.
Sammy, earlier on you talked about how your philosophy changed from, not chasing the money, but chasing the ring and what's really important to you. I'm wondering, how did you arrive at this point? Was there a moment, a season, a person who helped you get to this point and realize what's really important?
Yeah, just early on in my career, I feel like I was so caught up into numbers, so caught up into stats, and I don't think I'm that type of person. I think I'm more of a team player, and I've always been that way. And things always seem to work out for me as far as when I was in high school and college, getting yards and stats, and you get in the NFL, it's a lot of stuff that's involved as far as money, and you think you should be doing all this stuff because they're paying so much, or whatever the case may be. But money, the more money you get, the more problems, and I feel like you can't focus on the money. You got to focus on your passion, your dreams, and what got you here, and why you love the game. And money is not the reason why I love the game. Do I love money, and do I need more and want more? Everybody want more, and I would definitely say I don't put the money first. I put where I'm at peace at, and where I can go have fun and enjoy myself. And I think I've been enjoying myself when I focus on football and not the other aspects of the NFL. And I think my parents helped me out a lot. A lot of my friends, a lot of my people that was in my life has helped me just have different perspectives I have now. Yeah, I want to have 1,000 yards and 12 TDs. I also would trade that to be in the Super Bowl. I also would trade a little less money to be in the Super Bowl and be on one of the best teams somewhere. I'm not going home and having depression problems or just thinking like, man, I need to get 100 yards every game, or I need to score 2 times every game, or I need more money. I'm in a situation where I'm at peace and I understand that I don't have to do it all. I can just sit back some games and be like, hey man, I ain't got to get the ball, but I'm out there and having fun running around. I think that's important for me to keep my sanity and have fun with the game.
Next, we'll go to Nate Taylor with The Athletic.
Hey, Sammy, good to see you. With everything, good, man. I'm doing well. I want to take you back to the Super Bowl parade and kind of the idea of that's when you guys really started to commit to running it back. Just from then to how proud are you to have this moment, and what's it like to get the chance to actually achieve what you guys set out way back then?
I mean, we all talked about it, Joe coming back, and everybody kind of brought that slogan here, and when the season starts, like, oh, shit, this is really happening. We're really doing it again. We're doing it in a different way, at a different pace, with different guys, with a different mentality, and I think that's what the important part. Everybody makes their mind up, from the coaches to the organization to the players, saying, hey man, we're gonna do this again. We didn't fall off. We didn't hang up our bag and say, man, we did it once, and that's it. I got it one time. I think everybody had a different mindset coming in and saying, man, let's do it again. And I think if we win again, and if I have an opportunity to come back with those situations, I think it'll be the same thing. I think that's what it's about, winning championships. It's not about that, and if that's not the goal, then why are you playing football? We all got that figured out. We win the championship.
Next, we'll go to Joey Knight with the Tampa Bay Times.
Sammy, this is a homecoming from Byron Pringle. I just wanted to ask you, in your opinion, from what you observe, what's his greatest skill? What's the best part about his game?
I think Pringle is a little bit like myself. He doesn't care about all the other stuff, catching the ball. He's out there playing his behind off, playing with passion, trying to do everything in his might, his willpower to win. And there's nothing greater to go out there and every game I've been sitting out just watching this man optimize and maximize every opportunity, catching balls, finishing, running the kickoff back. I think on Buffalo, he's just been doing his thing, and I'm happy for him. And hopefully he can go down there and have a couple big plays in the game. I'm pretty sure he have a lot of family there and make some big plays.
Next, we'll go to Adam Kilgore with the Washington Post.
Sammy, from the perspective of a wide receiver, what to you is most interesting or impressive about the way Travis Kelce goes about getting open from the tight end spot?
He's just unique. I think he does a lot of stuff that's outside of tight ends and more on the wide receiver standpoint. But he just knows the pace of the game. He knows the defenses. He knows what routes, what rate, what speeds are on the net, and just a special player. I think if you look at my game and his game, it's kind of similar. Just knowing exactly what to do at the right time, from blocking to cutting people, to putting his body on the line, to changing pace and routes. To everything they do, man, is special, and you do not see it run the league from a lot of guys. And when to turn it on, to win the moments, to just bring that energy in the huddle, and he got it figured out. And I think that's why he's professional, and I think that's why he's one of the best tight ends in the league, and the best tight ends that I've been around. One probably the best players that just got a feel for the game, got a knack, and just understands football and take coaching. I think that's the critical part. He's not in his mind the best player, but he is the best player, which that makes him even better. I think that's why he's in this position to be the best tight end that ever walked this earth, and score the most touchdowns, and score the most, and have the most yards, and he's something special.
Next is Soren Petro from WBC Kansas City.
Sammy, there's conversation. Some of the old Bucks players have been talking about days when they ran into the greatest show on turf, the Rams, and that the way they counteracted their great passing game was to rough them up. Was to make sure you hit them hard, make sure you maybe jammed at the line of scrimmage. If that's when teams go about that, like you've heard that before, other teams have talked about it. Why is it you guys have been successful beating it? What is the key to beating that kind of approach to you guys?
I think the approach that everybody has been kind of bringing this year. We have been getting everybody's top best defense, special teams. Every area of football, we've been getting everybody's best from every team. So we can have everybody's best shots. All shots been thrown at us. Guys taking cheap shots, guys from fighters. We have taken on the world. I think that makes us who we are, Kansas City Chiefs. I think that's makes us the best team in the world because we have taken on, you win a championship and you come back and everybody's at your head. So I think we have looked at that experience of knowing what we're going to get from teams and having a mindset, come out here and play the game that it's supposed to be played. And let's go out and have fun. We're trying to win. We're not trying to hit the hardest. We're just trying to get the dub, and I think that's the most important thing.
Next is Alec Lace from First Class Fatherhood.
Sammy, what's doing? Congratulations. My show focuses on fatherhood and family life. What do you enjoy most about being a girl dad? Are you going to be trying for the boy?
I think girls is something special. You get to go home and they have the most nurturing things. Some days you don't have good days. You have bad days. It's just life. And I can leave this job. I can leave my hobby and go home and have two beautiful girls just laying beside me, and it's amazing. They lift me up, and they're to nurture me. They're to help me be better in life. They're to help me be a better person. I think when they came on this earth, they changed my life, and I love them. And definitely would love to have a boy though, somebody I can grow up and hopefully raise another me and hopefully play football and be in the league and do great things in this world. Definitely love that, but I love my girls and they're special. They help me be a better person. man, and it keeps everything in perspective for me.
Next is Eric Wilson from WKII 1070 AM.
Hey, Sammy, I appreciate the time, man. Thanks for doing this. I just wanted to ask you, as a man who's kind of been on several different teams, you know, you started in Buffalo, you went to the Rams, and now you're in Kansas City. It was kind of you asked me, good, better, best when it came to quarterback now. But for you and Greg, what has he done to help impact, you know, you as a wide receiver and make you better?
I think the mental aspect and getting the best out of me. Certain days, you know, all of us have our days when we don't want to do it, or we're just feeling away. You know, to still get the best out of me, and I think that's what people exactly like fighting through whatever things that I've been battling. It comes from every day, man. Mental life, feeling spiritual, and that shows me that he cares a little bit. And very important to me. I'm a guy that need that love and that tough love also, but. Just every aspect, running full speed off the ball, being a blocker. I think everything a coach can probably help you with, as far as on the field and off the field. He's been there helping me during this season.
Time for just a couple more questions here. Next, we'll go to Len Jennings with KMBC.
Hey, Sammy, a couple quick questions. First off, this is back-to-back Super Bowls that you are playing close to home in Fort Myers. Is it a lot different from last year compared to this year? I mean, with the family commitments, and is that better, not worse? What are your thoughts on that?
Wait, say that again?
I'm sorry, you're playing closer to home. You probably had a lot more family commitments last year in Miami compared to this year with COVID. I wasn't sure if there was different.
Same routine. I just think, you know, with COVID, man, I don't want to put anybody.
Game, we won 3 in a row or we lost 3 in a row. Like I said, it can be a Monday and we just got off a win on a Sunday or whatever. Coach again, he's like, congratulations for your win Sunday, enjoy it, but just know we got a bigger task at hand this week. You know, he's so singularly focused on the task at hand, and I think as a NFL head coach, that's what you need, and he's like one of the best I've ever met at being able to do that. You know, so there's no doubt in my mind he deserves the head coach.
All right, Le'Veon, that's all we got. Thank you for your time.
No problem. Thank you. Go Chiefs.